Good evening. The woman at the center of the Cookeville's Living the Dream scandal took the stand today in a Putnam County courtroom.
Wendy Askins faces charges for abusing her position as the head of the Upper Cumberland Development District, charges that she now wants a judge to dismiss. News Channel 5 Chief Investigative Reporter Phil Williams first exposed that scandal. And Phil, these charges have been pending for some time now.
More than 2 years as of this point. Wendy Askins had been slated to go on trial today on those state charges, but a recently discovered audio recording had her attorney arguing that her rights have been violated.
So help you God.
Wendy Askins took the stand for the first time since the scandal involving the Upper Cumberland Development District broke more than 4 years ago. More than $1 million of agency money went into this sprawling horse farm and a house that she called Living the Dream.
This is the first project like this anywhere.
What was supposed to become a home for needy seniors also became Askins' home, even becoming the backdrop for family photos.
And when I took the position, that the board was adamant that we have a law firm that would represent us.
At issue on this day was a 2012 recording between Askins and the agency's lawyers, who were brought in after News Channel 5 investigators discovered evidence that agency records had been altered or destroyed.
Channel 5 was raising questions that you were not fully complying. Is that correct?
That's correct.
There were allegations that records were being withheld.
That's correct.
I was convinced that those were attorney-client communications.
Askins' lawyer Peter Strands argued that his client thought the agency's attorneys were also acting as her lawyers, and that prosecutors had no business getting a recording of a meeting between Askins and those attorneys.
It wasn't Ms. Askins' personal information.
But agency lawyers Dan Rader and his son Danny Rader said they became concerned after Askins' former deputy Larry Webb confirmed to them that she was destroying receipts that had been requested by News Channel 5 investigators. They testified their goal was to figure out what Askins was up to for the sake of the agency.
And I believe that the quote was that if Wendy is clean as a whistle, that's wonderful, but if not, everybody just needs to know it, and it just needs to be out in the open.
With Askins facing charges of theft, money laundering, and forgery, the question is, could her own words to the agency's lawyers be used as evidence against her? Now, Wendy Askins' lawyer argued that because she thought the agency lawyers were acting on her behalf, she's entitled to attorney-client privilege. He wants the charge dismissed, or if the judge does not do that, he wants the prosecutors who have heard the recording to be disqualified, which could potentially set this case back even more. The judge is expected to rule in about a month, Vicki, possibly with a trial this summer.
And she also faces federal charges as well.
Yeah, that trial is set for September the 6th.
All right. Thanks, Phil.